Hey, what's going on, man? It's Jason Capital, America's honest dating coach, coming to you live from the Capitol compound in Newport Beach, California. It's a beautiful November day here. I know it's cold wherever you are. Listen, I remember growing up in Detroit. November was the time where fucking smiles in the summer turned to frowns. Around November time, when the snow started coming, leaves started dying, girls started hibernating and throwing on their fucking North Face jackets and bundling up and layering up, and man, it wasn't good. So I feel for you wherever you are. However, that said, I just finished writing an amazing newsletter. I'm in a good mood. Let's begin with today's value dropping video. So I don't have a question today. Actually, I have a story to share with you, and a very, very valuable lesson at the same time that has to do with how you think and how it affects your results. Not just with hot girls, but with money, with business, with friends, with everything. Travel, adventure, the whole thing, okay? So I was at dinner last night with my girlfriend. All right, we do this thing every once in a while where I let her pick out a restaurant for us to go to, because for me, I just like, listen, I go out to eat, I eat the same fucking things every time, right? I'm gonna get some type of like grilled chicken or grilled fish and vegetables and maybe brown rice or like sweet potatoes and probably seared ahi tuna at some point. Like, it's the same things over and over. I'll usually bottle of wine, or so I like wine. But it's the same things over and over and over. I understand the need for variety. I just get my variety in a variety of different ways, mostly sexual. But she likes to try different restaurants, all right, which is totally cool. So she chose this restaurant last night, and it was this fancy little French restaurant. Now, I'm not a huge fan of French food. I think the portions are too small. But I'm like, fuck it. Like, if it's not good, I'll just eat later. So we're there. And this was like one of those stuffy restaurants. This was like an expensive French restaurant. We were the youngest people there by far, and there's all these old couples everywhere. And it's really interesting for me to go there because, you know, I get to see how do these men and women, these husbands and wives who've been together for 20, 30, 40 years, how are they interacting with each other? And what I saw at the table closest to me kind of shocked me, kind of pissed me off, all right? So all throughout dinner, there's this table about 5 feet away. And the wife is just chastising the husband the whole night, just really talking poorly to him. All right. In fact, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, she was treating the waiter better than she treated her husband. And at one point, he was like pouring ketchup for her, and he spilled ketchup, and part of it went on like the table. Like, it didn't go on a plate, it went on the table, right? It didn't go on her, it went on the table. And she went fucking nuts on him. All right, you would have thought she caught him fucking her mom. That's how crazy she went, all right? And then when he was done taking this beating, I heard him say out loud, "I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot." Listen, 2 things. 1, never let this be you. All right, make it a priority, if it's not already, to be high status, to dominate your path, to be a strong fucking male in a world of weak ones who will not allow people to treat them poorly, to treat them worse than the waiter when you have been married to the person, allegedly in love with the person, allegedly best friends with the person, allegedly on the same team and partners with the person. Step 1, all right? Step 2, you might want to write this down, okay? Treat yourself with all due respect, please. Treat yourself with all due respect. And how do you do that? How do you treat yourself with all due respect? Well, the place I'm gonna look at first and foremost is your thought patterns. How do you how do you talk to yourself? What's your internal dialogue? What's your self-talk like? Okay, do you talk to yourself with all due respect, or do you not? Or are you hard on yourself? Do you say things like, "I'm such an idiot," or "I'm so stupid," or "she wouldn't like me," or I don't deserve her," or "she wouldn't date guys like me," or "I can't ask for that much money"? Are you talking to yourself with all due respect? Are you talking to yourself with all due disrespect? If you talk to yourself with all due disrespect, it will fuck up your state, it will fuck up your self-love, it will fuck up your self-esteem, it will fuck up everything in your life if you do it consistently. Every once in a while, it's probably not going to be too big of a deal, mostly because the way our brains work is it's more about not what have we done most lately, but what are we doing more of? What's the majority of what we're doing most lately? Are we, for the large part, the majority of the time, are we talking to ourselves with all due respect? That's going to be good enough. I don't want you to start, going to that pattern where guys will hear this and they're like, "All right, Jason, I have to talk to myself with all due respect 100% of the time," and then when that 1% of the time that they don't, they actually beat themselves up over it. Don't be so hard on yourself, all right? Self-kindness is a very real thing. It's a very important thing. But talk to yourself with all due respect. All right, that's the first place to start. And here's the 2-part question to figure this out. All right, here's my question for you. 1, who's someone that you really admire right now? Who's someone that you yourself, not because someone told you, not because a friend said they admire that person, or the TV, fuck that mainstream shit. I want authenticity. I want individuality. I want to know about you. Who is someone that you really admire right now? All right, and understanding the answer to that question, do you have it? Good, because here's part two. I want you to imagine that you meet that person. How do you speak to them? However you answer that question, however you would speak to that person is how I want you speaking to yourself. And I know that's a tall order, right? That's a tall glass of water I just ordered for you, but I think you can live up to it. And it might be hard at first, might be a little bumbly at first, that's okay. This is a practice. This is something we build up within ourselves over time. But if we can be aware of when we're not talking to ourselves with all due respect and instantly take out that disc, put in a better disc that says better things and treats ourselves with all due respect and maybe even talks to ourselves like the way we would to that person that we admire most, that is going to create huge surges of confidence and state and momentum in your life. And bonus, part three. If you're in a relationship or you're gonna be in a relationship or if you're just dating someone right now, if they talk to you worse than they would talk to a total stranger, like a waiter, you need to get the fuck out or you need to rewrite the rules and the boundaries of that relationship immediately. Do not wait, do not pass go, do not flocka. Change the fucking rules as soon as possible or get the fuck out because that is going to raise hell on your conscience. It is going to raise hell on your self-esteem. All right, I was stunned. I was amazed. She literally, this wife was treating the waiter with all kinds of respect and she was making jokes to him. She was being nice to him. She said please and thank you. And then this man who she's been married to, she treats like shit. Have you ever seen this? Have we ever noticed this somewhere in life where literally the wife will treat wait staff or will treat someone she doesn't know or treat a homeless person on the street? Well, she'll speak to them with nicer words than she would her partner or her husband. All right, be aware of this. Look for this as you spot it. I want you to think of this moment and be stunned because I was stunned and now I'm seeing it everywhere. Confirmation bias, my RAS is fucking, my reticular activation system's fucking working overdrive on it, but still, be aware of this. Also, be aware that I'm having a live, free, exclusive webinar. Damn, that was a good segue. It wasn't that good of a segue, but I'm just gonna keep talking. And if you keep saying words, people don't really notice and they just follow along and boom! Free live webinar. Use the link in the description. Sign up. This will be your last chance most likely because I won't be teaching this webinar again and I don't know if I'll post a YouTube video with the link tomorrow. So today could very well be the last chance to register your spot. This thing is going to kick fucking ass. I'm talking about the 4 male personality types that sexually attract women, that cause and create sexual attraction in women. This isn't about changing who you are. This isn't about becoming something you're not. This is about getting hyper aware of what these 4 personality types are, almost 4 archetypes, because you're not going to identify with these archetypes, but you're going to learn more about them and then you're going to draw energy from them, embedding them within yourself. And as you do that, you will naturally create that automatic sexual attraction in females without lines, without trying, without all that shit. This shit is going to be badass. I've been working on this training, put over 100 hours into it. You will not want to miss it. Use that link, go take you to my private registration page, register for the webinar, and I will see you there tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And on that note, what time is it? Yo, I'm gonna go do some yoga with some friends. Peace, man.